Hello, everyone. My name is Marie, and I'm a student in the class, and I will be talking about the millennials in the society today. Millennials, long story short, is a term for the young people in today's society, which is almost the ages of 16 to 18 or anywhere around that range. The millennials in the society, they struggle with school fees, debt, living on their own, and other personal problems and social things going on in today's society. The main problem with that is first how they are raised. In today's society with millennials, depending on where their social classes, there's the low class, middle class, and the high class. The low class is the most poorest rates. For example, in Princess Anne is the most poorest county in Maryland. So with that, the millennials have a hard time finding jobs and being able to qualify for financial aid or to even go to school for paying for books and etc. The other reason with that with millennials is that how most of them don't really know the experience of being in the middle class, but no offense, they also don't relate to how they're supposed to live in that sense to understand what it takes to save up, go to school, learn how to pay bills, etc. With millennials in the high class, in today's society, we wouldn't say that most of them are spoiled, but in a sense that their struggles don't pretend to the same as the people who are in the low class. With millennials now, the dropout rate is 60 to 70% with the low class. The middle class is just in the middle because it's in the middle, and it varies from side to side, but also the majority of those rates are around 42% range. The high class for millennials, their dropout rates are not as high because they're in the high class and they've already gotten what they had because they're above poverty and they're above in the middle class. The last main idea for millennials today with their struggle, which is something that mostly females go through, is teen pregnancy. With teen pregnancy, most of them are not really correlated to how things are supposed to go and what they're supposed to do, which is why they also struggle with money, living, food, um, shelter, etc. So with that, they're not really taught with how to go about with their life until they have to raise that child, or they don't have the funds to abort it, which is their choice. Now, today, with our new president, they're saying that they're trying to make abortion illegal, which is making it harder for them to make their choice to abort a child that they do not want to come to this world, even though it was an accident. Since some of these millennials can't understand the ways of living until that child has come, it makes it harder for them to live because they learn the hard way. That is if they are single, married, or what else happens in their personal lives. So, in conclusion, with that being said, for the millennials having a hard time going to school, raising a family, and finding a job, finding a job is also like the second hardest. The first hardest is, I would say, teen pregnancy. The second is finding a job, and the third is going to school. Teen pregnancy is because of depending on other people to raise your child, or you have to do what you do. You have to do what you have to do to raise your child. The second reason is with school. Most millennials can't have the opportunity to go to school for their loans, for their tuition, can't qualify for it, or just don't have the time because after they come out of school, or if they graduate high school, some of those dropouts will just have a hard time finding a job without a high school diploma or having a hard time to go to university or community college. A job as well following that point in transition is either you drop out of high school or you don't. Dropping out, either get a GED or you don't. That makes it even more harder for you, so you will have to get a low class job that pays minimum wage. The millennials that do graduate from high school and get a high school diploma, they have their chances of getting a scholarship, going to college, and finding an easier job. But if they don't, they will still have to look for a job. With their age, it all depends on their class as well. So with that being said, with millennials in today's society, with everything that's going on, some of the stuff is not forced upon them, but they also have that choice depending on how they're raised, who's the leader, and who's making the choices. Thank you. Have a good evening.